Hi, I'm Tendai with a quick mission report from the last mission that we went to last Sabbath. The LCM team was in London this time. Back again in London, we covered a protest, an anti-war protest this time, which was very interesting. This is a slightly different demographic than we have covered before, and there were thousands of them. They were protesting against NATO, against the war in Ukraine. We managed to give out a few books. Some of the people are not as receptive as the freedom protests as we have seen in the past. They've been people who have been protesting against the freedoms that have been taken away over the past 3 years or so. They've been more receptive than this group, but nonetheless we managed to get quite a few materials out, and God has these people in those protests. These are people that don't want to see all these wars carrying forward, and I think the more we continue to expose the truth to them, the more they continue to warm up to the truth. So it was an interesting time, interesting conversations that we had, and also we managed to go to Trafalgar Square, which was another interesting extension of the mission. So we covered, that's where that march ended up, but we also managed to meet not only people on the streets, there were also other protests that were happening around. It was quite busy, especially towards the evening time. That was actually a very interesting mission, because we met quite a lot of receptive souls. I particularly had an interesting conversation with a gentleman who wanted to know more about how Daniel chapter 2 relates to the things that are happening in our time, and we had people coming to the table and giving out to take materials to find out what are these materials about, how does this affect what is the message. They wanted to know what the message that we have is about, how does it affect them, and it was good to also be able to help people understand that the time we're living in is being predicted by the Bible. These are the end times, and what is to come, why all the things that we are seeing in the world happening as they're ushering in a new world order. And that new world order is coming with a lot of changes, a lot of dramatic changes, from currency changes, central digital banking currencies, to digital identity cards, to even the wars that are happening, and 15-minute cities. We've been going to different cities across the country, warning people about some of the freedoms that are being taken away as a result of the measures that are being taken, but also helping people to see that the truth is what will set people free, is to direct people to the truth, which can only be found in the Bible. And no matter how many times we might try to make this world comfortable, it is not our home. And it's amazing what reception we've been getting from people on the street. Very receptive. Some people will say no, some people are not happy to hear about this, but majority of the times people are very much willing to listen, especially if they know that the things that are happening around them, there's no solution to what is happening outside of Christ. And in order for us to have any kind of hope, we need to know Jesus Christ for ourselves. We need to have a relationship with him, and we look forward to the next mission, and hopefully the Lord will direct us to more places where we can meet more souls and give out more great controversy books. We pray that wherever you are, do your part, light up the corner where you are, tell people that Jesus is coming again. Whenever we bring this message, and like what most of us think, people are willing to listen. So let's share a pamphlet, share a book, share the book, The Great Controversy, because this is the book for our time. This is the book that is going to open the eyes of many people to see the true light of what events are transpiring in our world right now, the significance, the way that in which we need to be prepared. It will open our eyes to see how all these things have happened in the past and they are now being repeated, and what their significance is to our lives. God bless you.
The Lord calls upon all of us to seek to save perishing souls. Satan is at work to deceive the very elect, and now is our time to work with vigilance. Our books and papers are to be brought before the notice of the people. The gospel of present truth is to be given to our cities without delay. Shall we not arouse to our duties?